So over the years, Pokemon has had a lot of good specials that came out, but one special in particular really caught my interest, and it reminded me to begin with why I loved Pokemon series. And what I'm referring to is Pokemon Origins. Pokemon Origins was a Pokemon special that I watched many years ago, and I had such an enjoyable experience as I was watching this. So within this video itself, I just want to talk about Pokemon Origins, talk about what makes Pokemon Origins so great, talking about the best moments within the special itself, as well as sharing my personal experience with Pokemon Origins as well. So I really do hope you guys enjoy the video. If you guys want to share your experience with me, as always, be sure to let me know in the comment section down below. But without further ado, let's get straight into this. So first things first, what exactly is Pokemon Origins? Well, it's not your typical Pokemon anime with Ash Ketchum bumbling around with Pikachu. This is a 4-episode special that came out back in 2013, and it's based way more closely on the original Pokemon Red and Blue games. You follow Red, the protagonist from the games, as he sets out to become the Kanto region's Pokemon champion and complete the Pokedex. It's a tighter, more focused story than the main anime, and it feels like a love letter to fans who grew up with those classic Game Boy titles. The whole vibe of Pokemon Origins is different. It's less about goofy adventures and more about the grit of being a trainer. You got Red battling gym leaders, catching Pokemon, and facing off against Team Rocket, all while chasing that dream of being the best. It's got this nostalgic energy that brings you right back to the 90s, when you were hunched over your Game Boy grinding levels, and the animation, it was super clean and colorful, with a style that makes every battle pop off the screen. What I love is how it sticks to the game's storyline, like you actually see Red Charmander as his starter, just like you might have back in the day. There's no fluff here, it's all about the journey from Pallet Town to the Elite Four. It's not trying to be a long-running series, it's short, sweet, and packs a punch. Think of it as the Pokemon anime for people who wanted something closer to the games they grew up with. Honestly, it's such a cool spin on the Pokemon world. It doesn't replace Ash's story, it's its own thing, made for fans who know the lore and want to see it come to life in a fresh way. By the end of those 4 episodes, you've got a complete arc that feels satisfying and true to the roots of the franchise. That's Pokemon Origins in a nutshell. And trust me, it's worth every second. Okay, so why do I think Pokemon Origins is so great? For starters, it's got this raw, authentic feel that the main anime sometimes misses. Don't get me wrong, I love Ash and his crew, but sometimes it's all about wacky hijinks and Team Rocket blasting off again. Origins digs deeper. It's about the stakes of being a trainer, the strategy of battles, and that drive to be the very best. It's like they took everything I loved about the games and turned it into a show. Another thing that makes it stand out is how it respects the Pokemon themselves. The battles aren't just quick flashes of light, they're intense, real tactics and consequences. When Red's Charizard goes up against a tough opponent, you feel the weight of every flamethrower and some mystic toss. It's not just about winning, it's about earning it. That focus on the bond between trainer and Pokemon really hits home for me. It's what the game always tried to teach us. And the pacing is killer too. With only 4 episodes, there's no time for filler. Every moment pushes the story forward, whether it's Red taking on Giovanni or figuring out how to catch a wild Pokemon. It's refreshing compared to the main series, where sometimes you're waiting episodes for anything big to happen. Origins keeps you hooked from start to finish, and it knows exactly what it wants to be. A tight, epic tribute to the Kanto journey. And can we talk about the nostalgia factor? For someone like me who played Red and Blue a lot as a kid, seeing those familiar places like Viridian City, Lavender Town, the Pokemon League, animated so beautifully, is pure magic. It's like reliving my childhood but with a modern twist. That blend of heart, action, and throwback vibes is why Pokemon Origins is so special. It's not just good, it's awesome. Now let's get into the best moments, because Pokemon Origins has some scenes that still give me chills. One of my absolute favorites is Red's battle of Giovanni in the Viridian Gym. Seeing the leader of Team Rocket throw down as a legit gym leader with his Rhydon tearing up the field is insane. Then Red's Charizard comes in clutch with that Simestic toss. It's so hype, and it's the moment you realize Red's not just some kid anymore, he's a force. Another standout is the Lavender Town episode. Oh man, this one's heavy. Red encounters the ghost of Marowak, and it's this eerie emotional scene that really captures the creepy vibe of the games. The way he helps put her spirit to rest, it's haunting but beautiful. It's not all about battling, it shows Red's compassion, and that made me love the series even more. Of course, I can't skip the Elite Four showdown. That final episode is a roller coaster, with Red facing Lorelei, Bruno, Agatha, and Lance one after another. Each fight is brutal, but that's peak Pokemon. The animation goes hard, and you're just rooting for Red to pull through. It's the ultimate test of everything he's learned, and it feels so earned when he finally steps up to the champion. And then there's the Mewtwo encounter. After becoming champion, Red tracks down this legendary Pokemon in Sirloin Cave, and it's intense. The music, the stakes, and the way Mewtwo just radiates power, it's unforgettable. That final capture was such a triumph moment. These scenes stick with you because they're not just cool, they're iconic, and they make Origins a must-watch. So what's my personal take on Pokemon Origins? Well, I first stumbled across it years ago, probably around 2014, when I was deep into replaying Pokemon Fire Red on my old Game Boy. I'd heard about this mini-series online and decided to give it a shot. From the opening scene of Red picking Charmander, I was hooked. It felt like someone had reached into my childhood and pulled everything out I loved about Pokemon, then made it even better. Watching it was like a trip down memory lane. I remember sitting there wide-eyed as Red battled Brock with the same kind of determination I had as a kid, trying to figure out how to beat that darn Onix with a Charmander. It brought back all those late nights under the covers with my Game Boy, sneaking in just one more battle. Origins didn't just entertain me, it made me connected to that younger version of myself. I rewatched a few times since then, and it never gets old. Each time I pick up on little details, like how Red's journey mirrors my own obsession with catching them all. It's not just a show to me, it's personal. I even showed it to a friend who'd never played the games, and he still loved it. But for me, it's that extra layer of nostalgia that hits different. It's like Origins was made for fans like me who grew up with Kanto. Even now, in 2025, I find myself thinking about it when I boot up Pokemon games. It's inspired me to go back and replay the originals with fresh eyes, chasing that same thrill Red did. Pokemon Origins isn't just awesome, it's a piece of my Pokemon story. And if you haven't seen it yet, trust me, you're missing out on something special. So those are my overall thoughts on Pokemon Origins. I'm really happy I made this video today because this has been a video I've been wanting to do for quite some time, because like I mentioned throughout the video itself, Pokemon Origins has a special place in my heart, because when I watched this special all those years ago and I just watched the first episode all the way until the last, it just brought me on a journey that I'd never been on before. And I always love going back every here and there just to rewatch it again and just relive that experience, because it's such an unforgettable one. And I'm so glad a special like this was created so we can really see what Pokemon is all about when it comes to this love letter that Pokemon Origins is to the franchise. But if you guys have any thoughts of your own that you want to share with me when it comes to Pokemon Origins, if you want to share your own personal experiences, your favorite moments, or anything in general about Pokemon Origins, as always, be sure to let me know in the comment section down below. And if you guys enjoy the content on the channel, as always, be sure to like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. If you guys want to follow me on my social media, be sure to check out my X, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. All the links to those are located in the description below. Be sure to click on that bell down below so you guys are notified whenever I'm dropping a video on the channel. But other than that, I hope all of you guys are having a fantastic day, wherever the day may be, if it's the daytime, the nighttime, or the evening. And I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, peace out.